Hello, my name is Keena Caldwell, and this is the usability test and reflection for my course design, the Diva Dive, a deep look into the divine feminine. So I was able to get a few of my coworkers who are teachers and administrators to conduct the usability test. We all create our own curriculum and just design our courses already. So I definitely knew that I would be able to get some great feedback from my own constituents, and then the impact on the platform. Well, we all use Google Classroom school wide, so it's a very familiar learning management system, and it's just very easy to navigate and to build a course. But I definitely would love to look into other options because Google, even though it's a great free platform, there are still some limitations to it. But, for the use of this course, it works perfectly. And I also want to point out that this is a blended learning experience still because of the way the course is designed. So whether students are in person or online, they would still be able to participate in this course. So the process, what lessons were learned overall. So each teacher or administrator took roughly around 20 minutes. If they were really able to go deep into the course and look at, each module in its own entirety. So this is the Google form, like I said, keeping in line with the learning management system that we all use. So I created a Google form to make it a little bit more easier um, for everyone to navigate. So, quick instructions here, just saying determine the quality of the course design and how well you're able to navigate the course. As put together by reviewing the course as a participant, starting with the course info, start here, located under the classwork tab. So I sent out this link first and then also added the link in here for the class. And these are the questions that were asked, the information that they were asked to put in. So I just did, mainly a grid. I didn't want to take too much of anyone's time. It gets a little tedious, always having to type in information. And I was very, fortunate enough to get multiple responses. So that also let me know just even the usability form, worked in everyone's favor. So I broke it down, starting with general course information, categories from struggling disagree all the way to strongly agree. And then the different rows, instructions on how to get started and where to find course information. Was that easy to find? And they would go through that to pick and choose which one. Was the structure of the course clearly explained? A link to official course outline is provided. Contact information is easy to find. Online and in classroom activities are clearly distinguished. And is there an icebreaker activity to develop community? Then we have, I have them looking at the course content materials. Were the learning objectives clear? Was it organized and well planned? Was the course workload appropriate? And then course organized to allow students to participate fully. And then the last category I have them looking at is learner engagement. So are the activities appropriate to the learning outcomes? All learners are actively engaged in meaningful and relevant learning activities throughout the course. And that's very important, just trying to create that significant learning environment. And then the requirements for student interaction are clearly laid out. This is a blended learning course. So, just looking at how are they going to interact with the materials and with each other as far as collaboration. And then I left room for, still broad, but more specific, just saying provide feedback or notes on the Start Here slides, intro video, and or instructions. Feedback on the Module 1's lesson flow and activities. Same thing for Module 2. And then asking what aspects of this course was most useful, and then what aspects of this course needed to be improved. So this is the form in its entirety that was sent out, and to the ones who were able to respond. And so this is what, I got from that. Just really just reassured me that I was on the right path. This is something that hasn't been done before, at least, at the institution I'm at. But I did get a few additional comments, just saying like, what if certain students don't identify as male or female? Because I made it very clear in the course description that all male and female, would be able to benefit from this. But I didn't really think about, who else could benefit or what else would they gain from it. But just taking a look. So for the general course information, main responses were strongly agree. For majority of the categories, there was a slight drop down for the link to official core outline is provided. They just said agree. And then one was neutral on the contact information for the instructor being easy to find. As far as the course content and materials, I said we are still in a strongly agree. And then there's a neutral for course organized to allow students to participate fully. Of course, this is all in a hypothetical sense, so I can see how they remain neutral on that. And then as far as learning engagement, so for the activities being appropriate to learning, everyone agreed. This one, where all learners are actively engaged. Once again, this is still a hypothetical situation, but it's still a good response based on, what was shown in the course. And then for the requirements for student interaction being clearly laid out, we're still in the high, agree, strongly agree. So the feedback, the written feedback that I was able to get, was very, very positive. They really liked the Start Here video, just, to guide students like where they need to go and how they can access the content. And then another said any question they had regarding the structure of the course was answered, in those slides. So, I'm happy and excited that, the course info starter was very helpful. So excited that this went well, the structure of this. Also going back, so looking at the Module 1's lesson flow, the differentiation was appreciated, how straightforward it was. I didn't even think of in Module 2, like the diving board being, feeling like a virtual gallery walk. But, I'm excited for that. That just, like I said, just lets me know like I'm on the right path with including activities that are not only going to work for my class, but other teachers and administrators see the value in it as well. In Module 2, the annotation guide chart was seen as a useful tool. And then also, since they have a visual arts background, they really appreciated the Padlet activity. And so for here, that goes along with the in-class reading that we'll be doing. And then the annotation key is here. I have a strong background in English, so being able to direct students on annotating is very important. It's just those checks to make sure that they're actually comprehending, what they're reading. And then what they said as far as what aspects of the course were most useful or valuable. Um, they both believe it was well curated, easy to understand, and also it's evident that the content is going to continuously build upon itself, from module to module. Uh, I'm glad that I was able to have a recognizable scaffolding system. And then, it shows that we're working towards a clear set of goals. And so the improvement part here, the feedback that I got. So the first one says, it seems that the course goals are created for female and male students, but I think it's also important to state what non-binary or gender non-conforming students could get out of the class. And then I think there should be a greater emphasis on current events and incorporating more mass media. I believe this might help the students understand the concepts better in practice. So this feedback is just, it's a gold mine because I definitely didn't think about this. And then as far as incorporating more mass media, even though I have set in, different types, as far as audio and video, things along those lines. But I get what they're saying as far as including current events, but I believe that would happen more in real time. I don't know if I wouldn't want to preload that type of media or, things along those lines until I was actually closer to launching that actual module. There may be past events that could also fit in, but if there's anything current, I would definitely want to think about putting that in. So, it's great to, have a basis as far as the research that I'm using to build this course upon. But I definitely totally understand what they mean by, making sure that it's also relevant to the students and always tapping into how they can relate to the material. Okay. So, as I said before, what needs to be improved upon is additional elements need to be added that is relevant to the module's overall themes. Yeah, this has been a long road, but a wildly successful one. I'm very proud of the design that I was able to come up with. I'm even more excited to see that this is something that people would want. There's nothing worse than having a whole course, information, resources all put together and no one's interested. And so the fact that my coworkers were able to give me valuable feedback on this, um, I'm just more than elated with the final product. So thank you so much for pushing me to do this. This is even better than the course that I designed before. Um, I just truly believe that this is a great way to show what blended learning can look like in an actual class. Because I still have the professional development course, Let's Get Social, built up. And I believe this is a great addition to that, to be able to show participants like these are the theories, but this is the actual applied practice, which is, this whole entire applied digital learning program is all about. So once again, thank you so much.